Now at first glance, you guys are probably thinking, is Will on the set of that 70s show? No, but I am coming to you guys all from the studio. This is the showroom of Patrick Industries, and I invite all of you to tune in and listen to my conversation with my good friend Steve Janowski with Collins and Company, and we're going to talk all things solar power. Well, I made it past security. I am here in this beautiful showroom with my good friend, some people mistake us as brothers, Steve Janowski with Collins and Company. Really excited for this podcast. We got some great information we're going to be sharing thanks to Steve and his team. So before we get started, Steve, tell everybody who is Collins and Company and talk about our relationship.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. So, like you said, my name is Steve Janowski. I work for Collins Company, which is a division of Patrick Industries. We're at the Patrick studio today, so there's a lot of different products in the studio. We, in our relationship, we talked a little bit before we got on camera about kind of Heartland and Collins. We were kind of with Heartland from day one. I mean, from 20 years ago, we were introducing product. But I would say people know us primarily for our appliance packages. So our high point microwaves. We're very proud to have said we've sold over 2 million microwaves exclusively into the RV industry. So we're tried and tested there. But our breadth of product is very wide, and what we do with Heartland is ever changing, and we've got a lot of unique products with you guys. So one of the things we discussed was with Collins and Company is our High Point brand of microwaves. It's pretty unique. We have about 15 different SKUs of microwaves to fit all types of different types of travel trailers, motorized units, whatever. But we start with little things like just an entry-level microwave that you'd put in any basic RV, all the way up to very high-end, over-the-range microwaves that offer not only conventional microwave technology, but also convection cooking as well. So couple this with our range hoods and our whole appliance suite of packages. This really is Collins and Company's bailiwick. This is kind of what we're known for. And again, we've been doing this for about 20 years, sold over 2 million of these microwaves into the industry with a fantastic warranty rate. So we're very proud of our relationship and what we've been able to accomplish. And this portfolio, this segment of our portfolio is actually growing. We got some pretty exciting things coming too. So. Well, one of the other things that we supply Heartland through our partners at Weston Barker is trims and moldings. Some hot stamp trims and moldings that actually color match things that are inside the RV. Some other things that will help, like with countertops, inside and outside corners. We have a great partnership with Weston Barker, who does a very high quality trim. And so we've been selling Heartland that trim for, a lot of years. But that's one other thing that we help with Heartland. So we mentioned before that Collins' breadth of products is really wide with Heartland, and we're very grateful for that. And we sell everything, a lot of things, not everything, a lot of things, from very inexpensive pop rivets that they use in their construction of their RV, up and through the only thing really that we kind of lightly assemble, which would be flex duct they use to help heat their RV, all the way up to a special proprietary antifreeze that Collins and Company developed that's specifically designed for RVs. So again, if you think about all of the things that Heartland and Collins do in business, it's wide.
As a lot of people know, in the last 2 years, that's how long I've been in this industry, listening to the voice of the customer, listening to our partner dealers throughout North America. They said, Will, we don't need you to have more gel in your hair and talk about those front caps. We know that. The internet has given us that transparency. What we want is a better ownership experience, and the best way for us to do that is to know more about that supply chain. So as you just said, by no means are any of our suppliers exclusive to just Heartland. They service and supply many other great manufacturers. All that I'm trying to do, as I've been doing with all of these podcasts, is bring our supply chain to all of you customers. So as you just said, we are here in your beautiful studio. You guys offer a variety of products for every type of travel trailer, fifth wheel, toy hauler, teardrop, I assume, other categories that we don't even represent. The crux or the goal of this conversation is really just how you accelerated our growth with innovation in regards to solar power. As we came into 2023, based on the last 2 years of world records of sales, more and more young couples, less availability at campgrounds across North America, no shore power, the emergence in that need for solar power has accelerated. And as you just said, in talking with Jim Fenner, Mel Maddox, since day one, you've been very easy to work with as a partner, help us understand all the components that were hand selected for what we're offering our client base. So if you would, from 30,000 feet, just kind of talk about what you did present to our team and what we have in regards to solar.
Yeah, thank you. And appreciate the kind words. And I love this story because as we were approached by Heartland, and also to be crystal clear, I also, as far as the working with other OEMs, I mean, you guys don't just buy from us, and just like we don't just sell to you. So when that conversation came up with Heartland, they approached us and said, hey, we're going to market. We'd like to kind of solidify our offering in around solar. And we happen to work with a great partner, Ames, out of Reno, Nevada. And so we threw our hat in the ring, and the things that were really important to Heartland, what they came to us and said, hey, it needs to be safe. It's got to work the way you guys say it's going to work, and there needs to be a whole litany of other things that happen for us to consider you, like how are we going to service our end customer afterwards, or what happens when they want to upgrade. And so all of those things we were in a lot of meetings about, and kind of solidified all that and made it a very standard package before even the first solar panel went on a unit. And so there was a lot of conversation with engineering, our engineers at Ames and our product managers at Collins about what this could totally look like. And like Collins and Company, our breadth of product is very wide. Well, so is Heartland's. I mean, so you guys do everything from little travel trailers, right? Yep. All the way up to big, huge fifth wheels that people are going to live in all the time.
Sure.
And so we needed to make sure that we had packages that kind of helped all of your customers. So a lot of conversation went on, so a lot of testing. Heartland certainly did their due diligence when they were choosing package. They put us through a lot of the tests, and at the end we were able to come up with, like you said, the 3 packages that we think best represent your customers' needs.
Sure.
And even little things like, we want to make sure that there's an outlet in the bedroom that has that's inverted, so that our customers that have CPAPs can plug their machines in and be thinking about those guys as well. So a lot of great conversations. And then we, like I said, I think we kind of co-developed some things. Like we have some barcodes that we helped co-develop, and your landing page for your website for the Soul packages. Yep. So we were very integral in all those conversations with Heartland. From you just think it's as easy as slapping a solar panel on a unit, and it's not. I mean, we thought about everything from how does it work from a manufacturing perspective? What's the consumer going to think? What's from a marketing perspective? Who do we need to be talking to at Heartland? So all those things took place, and it was probably about a 6-month journey we had before we.
And again, when I talked to our leadership team, you've made it so seamless. So just to give everybody a little bit of a reminder, within our portfolio of brands, Heartland, Cruiser, and DRV Luxury Suites. Again, working with you, I don't want to say we want to be the normal kind, but there's that 80-20 rule. So 80% of the people that want solar power, you help to make it very, very simple. We have Solar Prep, we have Sol 190, so that's 190 watts, and of course Sol 380, giving you up to 380 watts on that rooftop with your panels. The other thing that I like about our relationship is when people have a budget in mind, which is really, really important. I pray that the rates don't continue to go up, but that monthly payment is really important. So what I love that you've given us the ability to do in our partnership, customers can buy a prepped unit today. And then down the road, especially in the northern area of the United States, camping season's short. We're not camping because there's snow. But when April hits and they say, you know what, it's time to upgrade. We want the 190 package. You helped us to make it very easy for our customers. Months after you buy from any of our authorized dealers, you can upgrade and get those components that you need with the help of you and scanning in the barcode and that bill of material. So in this case, you may have just Sol Prep, which is going to be up to 30 amps on the roof with your prepped wire. You're not going to have your inverter, you're not going to have your controller, but you can add those things. You can also add panels through you. Is there anything specific about the componentry that maybe you just want to point out to the retail customers outside of what we've done collectively on the website?
Yeah, no, so I think one of the things that's important too in talking about our partner Ames is these guys are fantastic from an engineering perspective. They're not just sourcing components overseas and bringing them in, they're actually developing the inverters and really took their time when it came to putting a whole package together and making sure that if one of your customers just had a prepped unit but wanted to upgrade to, let's say, 2 panels and an inverter and all that stuff and everything else, between Heartland and Collins and Ames, we made sure that those packages were readily available. We went so far as to visit your fulfillment center. We put a solar package in a solar panel in a package, wrapped it up on that. We shipped that thing all over the place and brought it back to make sure that we had the packaging down right, so people, your customers, would get a solar panel that's not damaged. So we had a lot of thought in and around that when it came to what's the next step, because putting a solar panel on in production is relatively easy. putting a solar panel on after the fact and making sure we have all those things considered took some thought, and we did just that. So no, I think from the onset, it was a long-term focus. It wasn't a short-term type of thing. We had a lot of great ideas that went into it. Everybody helped co-develop this, and like I said, we couldn't be more proud of that relationship with Heartland.
You know, and the one thing that I do want to tie up here before we get into close is, that's the other thing I appreciate, Steve, is as I've, gotten connected with you, your willingness to not only, come here and talk to retail customers that maybe they don't know anything about solar yet. They're just starting that journey. So obviously that partnership has been great with your support, but even more so when our dealers come in to say, hey, can you help us out with training? Knowing that you've been available and willing to, come on site, meet up with Mel, meet with, our partner dealers. Again, it's allowing us to be better and easier to work with for them. So this relationship to me is much more than just you supplying the components on time at a competitive price that makes Mel happy.
Yeah, right.
What's most important to me is your focus is the same as ours. We want to be better for our customers, a better ownership experience after the sale. So obviously with your help, with Ames and all the components, we have videos available. They're free on the Heartland Owners app. We have YouTube videos as well. If any of you are seeing this interview and you have questions for us that, I need to call Steve, I know that he will be there to support us and answer any questions that you have, because again, our sole goal to bring Steve and all of our great partner suppliers to you so you have a better understanding of what they're supplying and their willingness and ability to help you and have a great experience with every component that you see in our coach. If people want to learn more about you and your team, what's the best way for them to do so?
They can do it on the website. Certainly collins.com is a place they can go. We encourage you just to reach out to us, check us out, call us. We'd love to have a conversation about who and what we are and what we do.
Okay, and again, as I said, if any of you have any questions about any of the solar packages that we're offering or anything from Collins, I have no problem getting a hold of Steve. Like I said, bypassing security, always easy. I'm loud, easy to find. So on behalf of Heartland RV, I want to thank you for being a guest of the Launching Life's Journeys podcast. If you guys have more questions, again, please send those in, and we look forward to talking to you all soon. I'm Will Miller, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Launching Life's Journeys podcast, brought to you by Heartland RVs. Stay tuned for our next destination.